Doses.
Well, yeah, because I had the flu. I had the flu real
Doses. What
bad.
is the rot you're always trying to get out of your gut?
I'm not trying to get any rot out.
The parasites.
Yeah. I started on the ivermectin. Gonna see how it goes.
Well, let us know how many worms you get out.
Ew, I'll put them in a Ziploc and send them to you.
Take pictures. I don't want to see it.
To you. I'll send them to you. Don't worry.
No, the ones she has can't be flushed out. They're in her brain already.
You should try it, Psycho. You might lose a few pounds.
Do they come out your nose?
Oh, I'm like well versed on how
If it's
to
in your brain.
thanks Doses. I was doing it long before you thought it was cool.
Doses.
Well,
Why
it's
the
not working,
fuck are
babe.
you're getting booted? I'm sick of you body shaming. You're fucking disgusting human.
You just can't help but be her true self around me.
You sure bring out her dark side.
I mean, I've known you for a while. Do I do that to you, Shay? I don't know. There seems to be something going on here, maybe.
It's
I
just
think
gross.
she's infatuated with you. I think that's what it is.
That's weird.
One of those single white female things.
People struggle with their body image all the fucking time. It's not up for this fucking bullshit, jokes, discussion. It's fucking just wrong.
I know.
Stop.
Think how that can trigger someone.
Yeah.
That's right. Body dysmorphia.
It's bad.
Oh.
People don't even have to have body dysmorphia. It's like society, like fucking what they say it's supposed to be and stuff. And then you have actual real life people like Doses doubling down on this weird ass fucking
Yeah.
ideology that we've been sold our whole lives. Like, fuck.
Yep.
Maybe the ivermectin will work if she'll come back a nicer person.
What is this ivermectin that they keep talking about it? I thought it was the diabetes medicine that people were taking to lose weight, but is it something else?
It's a horse dewormer.
Oh my God.
Well, there's a human version too, but we won't prescribe
I bet
the human one.
it's similar and probably isn't as harsh on your body. You could try that too.
Yeah, but you can use like where's that?
They'll probably start
Wormwood.
acting, if you start using stuff made for animals, you're going to start acting like
clove.
an animal, similar to how people act on steroids.
Well, it's close to the same formulation for humans. Well, it's the same thing basically, except it's stronger for the animals, obviously, because they're larger. So that's all. It's actually
Well, at least
Nobel
she's gonna
Prize-winning
experiment. I wonder
medicine.
how many worms are coming out of her. For real, like I wonder how many worms. Like, why is she
it's just a
sharing?
tapeworm.
This is fucking weird. It also has to do with like this is fucking weird.
It's just a little weird that she cares so much what my body looks like. That's weird. And always the catfishing that I have no
It is
problem
weird.
on
Yeah.
camera. Like she doesn't show her face but can fat shame and say I'm catfishing. Okay then. Why do you guys always say what you're doing? Those is you basically out yourself every time you speak. Like
This weather in London is fucking weird, you guys.
Damn it.
Like we are getting the tail end of those tornadoes in the south, and it's really weird how it's
yeah, it's weird out here.
turning up. The skies are black. It's kind of wet, but it's not.
Yeah.
Sunny over here on the wet coast.
Not here. But those tornadoes ripped right through the States. And it broke off right here.
Yeah, they're all on the east side, right?
Yeah. So am I.
Okay, so it's on a path.
Yeah. It's on a path, and they said
On a
it broke
path
off.
north.
Yeah. And it broke off right before here, they said, and you can see it out here in the sky.
I was watching a lot of those videos last night of these people, and they got their little shelters, underground shelters, and showing
Yeah.
how they work and stuff. And it was kind of neat. Some lady had one that was like right out in her yard. This other person had one in their garage. It
Yeah.
was underneath the floor in the garage. It was cool.
Emergency shelters.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear that
cool
music? It's all the way from like 2 blocks away. And I can hear it up.
Oh. Yeah, I hear that. That's your neighbors?
No, it's a church.
Oh, a church.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Fun. Party church.
Every Sunday, there's churches all around me too. Here in the scuzzy part of London. That's what that time was saying. Oh yeah, I know exactly. I know exactly where it is. I'm over here in the West End.
Yeah, Kenny with his whole London tour around your house. What a weirdo.
Yeah. Like, there's way better things to see here in London, guys.
Tour.
Wasn't watching the chat. Venom has something I wanted to see that he said that he had recorded that I didn't know anything about. I gotta remember. I should have wrote it down. Well, Mel Gibson, yeah, he's next level, but whatever. Oh, Sammy went after Christy. Is Christy in here?
Oh.
She's not.
She wasn't here. She was saying I was being racist. My stereotyping.
Yeah, she's still here. Which one was it? Yeah, I think so. Meat Kings.
Brian, morning. Oh, Lucas, are you here? You have the live from yesterday morning.
So there's some new people who have arrived. Like, I'm sure you guys, like, did everybody hear Brian and them arranging their reunion out here at the Beef Baron?
Yeah, I gathered Doses wasn't even showing her face to her friends either.
No, she said she couldn't be seen with the likes of those people.
Their own friend?
Fucking doze.
Oh my god.
Oh, who me? Who me's gonna go too? What?
No, we're talking about.
He was just there. That was
No, we're talking about a live yesterday morning that Bry guy was in, and he was. You probably already seen it, or maybe you didn't either. I don't know, Shay. Bry went for fucking 18 hours yesterday. I was like one of the last ones on his live. He's still sitting there at 1 a.m. I'm like, you need fucking help. Like,
You went till 1 a.m?
Yeah. And I was the last one up there, and I got up there and I'm like, okay, you're in a psychosis. You've been live for 18 hours. Like, put your fucking phone down.
I might have physically have been on there. I fell asleep watching.
Oh, you fell asleep in my live, and we booted you down because you were snoring.
I woke up again at like 12:30, and there was something playing on my phone.
Well,
TikTok. I'm like,
Yeah, Crystal, he went, and I just
Relaxing.
fucking bugging him. I'm like, fucking get off of here. You're psychosis.
That's hilarious.
He's lucky that I'm fucking laughing about them planning a reunion outside my door to take a fucking picture. I also told him that the only reason I said, "Why are you guys going to be standing outside there, like taking a picture because you can't afford to go in?" Like,
Right?
yes, Crystal, there's lots of them. You guys, who did Brian all say was going? There's quite a few of them. They're going to go take a picture outside the Beef Baron next weekend. And he thought it's a good idea. They thought it was funny and stuff, so I just fucked around with it.
So,
I don't even go inside.
what's the Beef Baron?
Because why would you be like, let's go there and we'll all just take a picture outside?
Jesus.
So it's a place you used to work at? What is this, Beef Baron?
No, I never used to work there.
Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's always talked about. I'm trying to.
When I came onto the app, LB immediately said that I licked floors at the Beef Baron,
Oh, interesting.
which was, I tried to
And what is it?
go around it, right? Because it is a strip club. It's been a strip club for 40 years, and it is owned by a club. So I prefer not to shit talk the Beef Baron
Fair.
and the people who work there and the people who own it. But LB immediately associated me to it, and it is right out my door.
So they're now harassing you about a group photo in front of the thing that you got first initially bullied about with LB. That's a nice move, guys. You are a great bunch of human beings. Like, they always like incriminate
Yep.
themselves. They're basically owning up for what they harassed you for there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I didn't come right out with it. TTS knew. Like anybody who would have looked would have known, or if you know, you know. You know what I mean? But I tried not to draw attention there because I don't want to shame the women who work inside there, and I definitely don't want to shame the owners of the place. But she had drawn me into that immediately when I was new on the algorithm. So.
like that could hurt the business being talked about on like line like that.
Well, let's not even worry about that. Let's not worry about how they do their business. That's not something we're going to discuss.
That's stupid. They do their business. LB, not like LB shouldn't bring other companies in.
I know it was really bad that LB did that, and it totally pinned me,
Yeah.
to a lifestyle that I'm not denying, but I was never a stripper myself, but definitely pinned me right to my lifestyle outside my door.
Wow. Wow. So unnecessary. Nobody even knew what my career was or what I did until these people came for me. So I get it.
Well, I've never been a stripper. Don't get me twisted. Like, I love strippers. I've got best friends who are, but I've never been one, right? And there was that accusation that I am a stripper. And I actually own medical spas and spas. Like, that's what I do.
Escalated to a
And I
whole
want to go
level.
back into the workforce. And,
So that
she,
just escalated
But-
more harassment at you, basically. Then you're a stripper.
yeah, and it's never stopped. Right. It's never stopped since I got here, a month next year. TTS has videos from May 25th, and it must have been going on for a few weeks before that.
What the fuck? And you didn't even know these people?
Nope. Just come into the algorithm, and I'm like, holy fuck, and oh my God, she lives
You
right
already
here.
know doses at this time?
None of you guys.
So you knew LB first.
Well, I don't know. She was one of the first ones. I didn't know any of you guys. And I was just coming in and maybe fucking trolling a little bit or something, but the attacks started coming right away. There's nobody in this algorithm that I knew off app. There is now because some of my off app people are in my algorithm, but yeah, it was pretty bad. And I just tried to ignore, and she just kept up. And then her and Spotted teamed up. And Spotted's working behind the scenes to supposedly destroy me, whatever that means. Like, you can't destroy somebody who's already experienced everything evil in this world.
I don't know why we need to be destroying anyone. Like, life's rough enough as it is. That's fuck.
Oh, they'll try though. It's their goal. Like Lorelai said when they were doxing me on that live, and she goes, my main goal is to get Shay to ugly cry. Like,
Wow.
that's your goal. Good
Buck
luck.
Beaver doesn't even have to cry to be ugly.
Right. Yeah, I'd cry if I had to wake up to that face every morning.
Right.
So, yeah.
Bragging about filling a propane tank to heat her home in Alberta. My mind is blown.
This is a sequence that she always repeats. She causes trouble, then all of a sudden she's making some homemade stew. Like,
She's Molly Homemaker.
I don't get it. All of a sudden she's saying, "Go touch dirt," and she's in the garden, and like it's ridiculous. Like, once you've watched it long enough,
Funny because like she'll make all those videos where she's doing the gardens and like taking care of the property. It was funny. I heard that that she would take a picture of her, whatever, like the videos where she's mowing or trimming or something, and that she actually hired a company to come do it all. Made it look like she did it all on her video. What a loser.
Did she really do that?
Yeah, she actually hired someone to come do it. I made a video making it look like she did all that work.
I think she thinks she's in Ontario, like doing all these upgrades to that dumpy old house in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's fucking in Ontario and gonna make millions off the house, and she's not. She's not gonna make shit. It's not worth shit. She shouldn't have made that video, because now I understand even more about where she lives.
Well, it's funny because a lot of times she's doing these like videos, and it's to make it look like she's so busy in life that she's not on there behind all these troll
my
accounts
God.
that she's running.
What happened, Ashley? What's going on? I got the info I needed. Headed to the courthouse on Tuesday.
Oh, for Cindy, probably.
Oh,
Probably blowing off a bunch of her bullshit again. Yeah, it's starting to become like, this is becoming criminal harassment. She's trying to like, bring up finances and this and that. And try
criminal harassment long time ago. Long time ago.
No, she's doing things to try to actually like affect her
is
her
this
life.
with the feather in her name? Like, I don't.
I'm pretty sure that they had something to do with Ashley's the ending of her job. I think they probably were nosing into that too.
I got tagged like a while back by someone named Cindy, and I was like, well, and it was connecting me to like Nino or something like that. And I was like, who is this person, and what do I have to do with this? This is weird. So it's weird when I see that this person is involved with a few people now, right?
Oh, yeah. Cindy, I guess, was harassing Mino because of, I guess, Mino's ex is her friend, or they met on here because of him. I don't even know. Something like that. But she went after him. And now I'm kind of wondering, I'm like, how much of what Cindy said about that guy is true? I don't know. Because remember, they shamed me. We went into that live that time, and I didn't really know the history of any of it. And that's when Cindy came at me. It was like, oh my God, you're supporting a guy who is like DV.
I was there. You were
ex.
supporting that the officials should take care of it. Like,
Yeah.
I was there for that.
Yeah, I'm like, and then they were going after him or something. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
Simping for him. You're simping for simple facts. That's nobody else's business. Like,
but what it sounded like when I first came in, I didn't know any other side of it. When I came in, it sounded like he made it sound like his ex-wife was stalking and harassing him, and he was trying to move on with his life or something. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so, and I was like just joking around, trying to make it light or whatever, lighten up the live, and they took it literally, and it said I was supporting abusive men or men who abuse women.
you didn't even know who he was,
Like,
to be
what?
a husband or not.
And I was like, I don't know, fuck that. None of that was my business, and I didn't know. So
Honestly, their track record of smearing people. I'm not saying.
I know. So now I'm thinking, after seeing what Cindy's doing, how much of what she was saying was actually truth,
Right?
what was made up. Like, I do question a lot of those things on this app, especially after we've experienced what we've experienced. I'm like, you know how people can make things up, right?
Everything is as solid as Kenny saying he's seen Dosis's face. There's no way. There's a lot of scrambling going on, and people are saying stuff that so far fetched. Like Kenny.
Oh, it is all true. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
I'm back. I had to leave my phone. I get feeling sick when I get too much into this shit on that. The water off.
Okay. I trust what Kim's saying, so I guess it is true.
What?
I just don't trust from the sources that I know that are
Right.
bullshitters. That's all.
Sources that smear people without fact.
Yeah.
Kim watches a lot, so she probably has some knowledge to that situation.
Yeah. I trust her word. But ever since then, though, I did avoid Mino after that. I'm like, all right, I'm not going back in that live ever again. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, that's too, like, I talked about that last night because you guys, like, when Brian, this came up last night too, like, about Brian being on the highway, right, and texting or wherever he fucking was. He was trying to laugh it off and stuff, but it was dangerous. You know, you're in other people's lives on a live, supposedly all mad and going to, you know, hurt somebody supposedly, but who are you going to hurt while you're texting and mad and shit, right? And so that reminded me of a month ago when Mino was on the side of the highway in Calgary. He was on McLeod Trail, which was very busy freeway in Calgary, and it was rush hour, and Mino was out there saying he was going to jump in front, screaming at everybody, and he was going to jump in front of a vehicle. So I said, whoever was in his live at the time, if you're in Calgary, phone the cops. And the person said, I've already called them. The cops were already on their way. And Mino was on the live until the cops got there. Like, that's a situation where the cops needed to be called. Okay? Because if Mino jumped in front of a vehicle on McLeod Trail in Calgary during rush hour traffic, it would have been devastating for fucking so many innocent people. Okay, dummies? So that did happen. The guy is in a bad way, but for some reason, Cindy wanted to be attached to him. So how would Cindy have felt if we didn't bother looking after him that day and just everybody fucked him off? He wasn't worth it. Let's let him jump in front of fucking traffic because Cindy's made him look like a complete fucking asshole, and that's how we should treat him because Cindy said so. She's a wreck. They tried to tell me that I was being racist because I told her to have another Canadian. Well, if every time you're on live, you've got a tall boy of fucking Canadian in your fucking hand, I'm going to take a shot at it no matter what your fucking race, because you're slurring. And I'm talking to a drug. Like, I'm legitimately, when I'm talking to somebody who's drinking, who I know is intoxicated, I feel like I'm talking to a drug. I'm not even talking to that person. Like, they're not even themselves. So, yes, I believe that what Cindy said about Mino is true. But my point is, when he's on an app, this app that we all engage in, he's in our algorithm and he's threatening to jump in front of traffic because nobody will listen to him on McLeod Trail at rush hour. What good did Cindy do to anything? I'm not fucking defending, I'm defending innocent people that did not need to see big fat minnow get splattered all over a freeway at rush hour. I've got a niece that lives just off there. And anyways, it wasn't me, it was somebody there because I couldn't have done anything if I called 911 from here. But in that case, I would have. Like, that's somewhere where, like, I'm willing to fucking, like, I'm not that fucking AFAB or ACAB or whatever you guys call it, that I did not tell somebody in that live, like, phone the fucking cops and we watched the cops show up. So why has nobody talked about how important that kind of shit really is? Well, I don't know. I'm just glad you know what? I'm just thankful for Kim that day that I seen it. And I don't even think it was a month ago. But I'm just thankful that there was somebody in Calgary who was able to phone the cops 911 and get through, because when you're watching from another province in Ontario, you can't get through to anybody fast enough in an emergency situation like that. Like, it's hard to get through to an emergency situation in Calgary. So either or, I'm happy whoever that person was did call the police and the police showed up and got him off the fucking freeway. Apparently she uses lion's mane already.
Oh. Huh. Maybe not enough of the witchy soup, the veggie soup from the cauldron. Oh, God. I need a nap.
Yeah, I need something that it isn't this fucking app. Probably being watch partied and nobody's even telling me. Try liposuction for what? Oh, for doses. Is she even in here? She's not here. She's probably watching from outside with all her freaky friends. But if Bry Guy is live, I want to know about it because I'm going to his live to tell him how fucking deplorable he is for planning a reunion outside my door next weekend. I'm not going to let that go on this fine Sunday fun day. Right. Yeah, she does do Botox. Dosis does do Botox. You're going to have a nap, Shay? You're on break.
Tired.
Yeah, somebody asked me what I was doing. They tried to get one up on me last night.
Again.
asked me what I was doing for March break. It fucking stunned me so bad. I was back in the 80s. Like, March, I'm on fucking March break. Like,
Spring break, woo!
I'm like, what are you gonna do for March break, Samantha? I think it was Absorbed One or somebody trying to humiliate me again. They got me all right. Again, I graduated in 1989, kids. It was a long time ago.
The kids home for the March break, but they'll be at Dad's too for half of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know like people who have kids and stuff are, right? But what are you asking me?
Yeah.
What I'm doing for March break? What? My kids are about to turn 29 and 31. I graduated in 1989. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't done anything for March break in at least a decade.
Yeah, I'm just doing spring cleaning, I think, but between napping
Yeah,
and TikToking.
it was a nice break for the kids when they were in school.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Mine have been like gaming like crazy. I feel like so they stay up. They love staying up late. So excited for that.
Do they game together?
Yeah, they both have like in their room set up. They have 2 desks with gaming computers.
Okay.
So then they're always like they're in the same games. They're friends, and then they have their friends on call and meet in different places. Yeah, they have a blast. Honestly, like, yeah, it's hard to spend time with them though. I'm like, hey, let's go do something. They're like, no, I'm just in the middle of something. I'm like, to peel them away, shut off the Wi-Fi to get them to go out somewhere.
Yeah, just crash the breaker. Oh, the power's out. We might as well go find something to do.
Yeah, but
the
I mean,
power's
they enjoy themselves. They have such a good time. So I'm like, I don't know. I get lonely though. I'm like, I want to hang out with you
Oh,
guys.
fuck, just
Let's play a board game. Let's watch a movie. Pay attention to me. People, they keep saying that I neglect my kids. I'm like, no, my kids are neglecting me.
it's hard. Like
Leave me all alone.
it's taken me 2 years. Like it's taken me this whole 2 years. I think I'm finally okay with not like with being alone. You know what I mean? Like because my kids stayed till they were older, until their 20s, and it is hard to get used to being alone after you raise kids, and especially you. Holy shit, you've been raising them a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, when my eldest daughter was 20, she had been on her own for a while, living on her own, but I think she was about 20, 24, 25. She had roommates move out on her, and she loved the place she was in, and she didn't want to lose it. So I'm like, okay, I'll come move in for now. So I moved in with her for like 8 months and stuff until she found a different place to move to. So we lived together again. That was nice.
Yeah, my daughter had went out on her own too at 18, but ended up coming back.
But she had a big place too, though, and she did. Yeah, she really wanted to keep it. Had a big soaker jetted tub and these rooms and stuff. She couldn't afford it on her own. But so she eventually just downsized to a smaller place.
Yeah. Does she live close to you or closer to the Vancouver?
She's on the island.
So
Yeah, I grew up on the island and stuff. I moved over here when I was 19 to the side of the water.
I'd rather be where you are than on the island. The island's nice. But
I was in Kelowna too. Actually, we bought a house up there. I was up there for about 6 or 7 years.
oh,
Yeah, I miss Kelowna actually. I love that place. It was great. But yeah,
That's where I've got friends like from Alberta who bought summer places.
I like kick ourselves or whatever. Like we should never have sold that house up there. Not that soon. Because we bought it for like it was $314,000 at the time. A full lake view. Massive like lake view. Like nothing could obstruct it from where we're at. Like and it was a really nice house. It was like we bought it, it was like 7 years old. And then so after like 6 years, we sold it. It sold for just over $1 million.
Yeah, they went
It would
up.
have been worth double that now. Like it's freaking crazy.
Yeah, I remember when it boomed like that.
Yeah, dude, it went up so much. Like,
Yeah, early 90s. But Kim, I haven't. I was
this was in the 2000s. Yeah, 2000s.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was thinking. No, I was thinking about
Actually, it was like 2011.
early night. It was the early. They probably even paid less than your 13 for because it was no. It was like 93 ish. I'm thinking when they first bought there, and it sounded like yours where they had a lake view and there was a winery kind of close to their property too.
Oh, so they were on the west side as well? Then,
Yeah,
oh no,
maybe.
yeah, that's one of the big ones. Was where
Yeah.
on the west side where I lived.
Yeah. But Kim, I was raised in Alberta. They took me out there as a child, and I was out there for 25 years. So I spent half my life in Alberta and half of it here in Ontario. Back and forth. It was bi-coastal, but everybody's like, that's not bi-coastal. Well, it was in my mind.
Were you? So you're
I
born
came back here.
in Ontario?
I was born here, yeah. And then my parents were young. They took us to Alberta when I was 11. So I grew up out there, right? And I came back here in 2007 after the baby daddy died. I came back here to be close to my mom. My mom didn't stay in Alberta too long. My dad stayed out there. He died out there. But yeah, my mom and dad, split, and she came back here because her family was all here. So I put in 25 years out there, but my mom only put like 7 or 8, I think.
Nice.
And my dad put his life in out there from the wild, wild west. He wanted to go to the wild, wild west, I guess, from Ontario. It was rough here in 1981, though. The economy was shitty.
I have a cousin who's from Toronto.
Well, and then like the family went, right? Like my mom has a big family. So my one aunt that I talk about who's out there in Pitt Meadows, they went in 79, right? And then my dad and my mom went to Alberta in 81. Like people were just leaving Ontario too because it was bad here. The economy was not good here. So they were looking for life somewhere else in Canada.
Yeah.
And they still live in that same house that they bought in 79 in Pitt Meadows. I think they paid $45,000 for it. Imagine a house out there being worth $45,000.
I know it's crazy, eh? How much the prices of housing has changed over the decades.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then my mom's other sisters moved out there to Abbotsford, but she's my crazy aunt. Like she's the craziest fucking aunt ever. She's the youngest.
Abbotsford's wild now.
And then my dad's sisters are the ones who know Ashley. Like Ashley's connected through my dad's side of the family. That's cousins, my dad's sister's daughter.
Wait, because you were saying your dad lived there the longest?
Yeah, he stayed after he moved the family. Well, and his sisters followed him too, right? Like everybody did from
Oh, yeah.
that's why they're both still out there. But
Well, My dad's so a lot of my dad's side of the family is in Alberta and like northern BC or mid, I guess.
Yeah. I think he always come back to visit, right? Like everybody always came back to visit. My sister's out there. She's never come back. She's not like me, so she's stayed since 1981.
Oh wow. I have a lot of friends who went there to work. Went to Alberta for work and stuff from the island.
I started pushing.
A buddy of mine does fly in, fly out and stuff from Alberta to work.
Well, that was normal there, but here, because I had moved back here in 2007, and then the recession hit in 2008. And at that time, that's when people from here actually started going out there to work. Like this part, like, because it was weird to see all of these people, like, finding the oil patch. Oh, my husband's going to work in the oil patch. They're flying in and out, and they just thought it was such a big deal. And I'm like, that had been my whole life, right? The oil patch.
Well, that's what it was too. Like on the island, it was like, yeah, jobs were harder to come by, like good ones and stuff, right? So a lot of the people who were making money were doing the fly in, fly out from Alberta.
I don't know. People are going to get laid off here if they don't stop those tariffs on steel or whatever. Is that fucking joke isn't over yet? Like, people are
that's crazy.
Laid off. Like, that's crazy.
That was my grandpa's business. He was steel. He had a major steel fabrication company.
Oh.
I kind of wonder how they're doing now. He sold it before he passed away, and a lot of my family stayed working there.
Oh.
And because they knew all the ins and outs of the business. But yeah, they're gonna get hit hard. That's gonna be really shitty.
It's hard having my son out there. Like, it's gonna be 2 years here in a couple months. But I mean, they were from there too, right? Like, my kids are caught up in the same kind of thing as I was. Like, they were 11 and 13 when I brought them here to Ontario.
Oh.
So my parents took me to Alberta at that age, and then I brought my kids here from there at that age. So that feels more like home to my kids. And I don't feel like it's like home. Like, this is more like home for me, right? I don't know who this is. We've been live for a long time. Let me check.
No, I clicked on the wrong one here. Sorry, guys. I'm in the wrong chat room. I was trying to go back to one that I wanted to argue a guy in, and this isn't it. I was wondering who these ladies were. I was like, wait, these aren't the guys I was trying. They have a similar background with floating
Nice.
flames and stuff like that. I thought it was
Maybe
the
they're
same
watch
Follow you.
partying. It might be somebody who's watch partying this live.
No, I'm looking at the name of the whole channel here. I'm totally just requested total strangers here, but I want to move to Alberta if that adds to this conversation.
Nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Northern Ontario. Been trying to get out of here for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're about the same thing. Northern.
Why do we as a society still pretend that the electric car industry isn't the biggest scam?
I really want to say cheers to Pirate Bay for all that. Okay, seriously, can we all just take a... Did you say you're a police officer?
Correct.
Okay. So I just want clarification on a law. This is how we're going to start off Pride, the month of June in Canada. Let's go. Fuse. So what are we all doing here, guys? We know as a society now that Balenciaga openly supports pedophilia and pedophilia. What are we still working here for? What are we doing? Why do you still work here?
To film in the store.
Got pricey out of nowhere too.
That's where Justin Bieber lives.
Oh,